I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Chinese Threadbook. I became obsessed with these several years ago. Once I became aware of the possibilities that they provide, I thought they were beautiful. You know, they're lovely to look at. But beyond how beautiful they are, their story of what they were used for and how they were used is fascinating. They originally found in central China, you know, for hundreds of years, women would make them and carry them like in the pockets of their tunics. And they would put sewing supplies in them, threads, bits of fabric, needles, paper patterns, and other relatively flat treasures, all folded and tucked into pockets. And then whenever they had a minute to do some embroidery or some other sewing, there it was, ready to be used wherever they were. The insides were generally made of paper, and sometimes that was coated with wax or with some kind of maybe lacquer to help preserve it. But the outsides were often made of fabric, indigo dyed shibori and other fabrics. Not many of the older books have survived because they were really well used, and paper is such a fragile medium. They were decorated with designs and drawings, as well as embroidery and sewing and paper snips. This design is based on much research. If you've ever seen the books of Ruth Smith, she is so knowledgeable, and her books are just a wealth of information about how to make these, as well as the total history. Let me show you. This is one of the earliest ones I made, and usually I'll put some kind of belly band on it and then decorate that. This one is very plain, but it can show you the basic structure. So the bottom is a large box, and that women in China often used for like large paper patterns and things like that. And then there are these twist boxes where you can fit all kinds of wonderful treasures in the bottom of them, and they just twist right back down. But then, right underneath the twist boxes, there are other boxes that pop open. And if you take these two boxes, there's another hidden compartment. And then when you open this up, there's another compartment there. So I've made Chinese thread books with as many as 15 or 17 compartments, but you really can personalize them and make them with many fewer or many more. One of the pleasures that I find in making these is using this beautiful paper. This is Chiyogami paper, Japanese handmade paper. And this little obi is a design of Hetty Kyle, one of the best known paper artists in the world. She's just tremendous. But this one was really fun to make. I used an old paper that I had, a handmade paper for the white part. And what happens when you open up these twist boxes is all of the patterning is on the inside, and it's really quite beautiful. And then you just fold it down like this. If it doesn't want to go, you just have to be patient and talk gently to it, and it'll work. And then again, box open here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the bottom is 13. You know, and you can decorate in so many different kinds of ways. And I'll just show you a couple more. This one I really had fun with. There's a lacquered Chiyogami paper on the outside, so it's very much like fabric and very sturdy, very durable. And again, it's the same principle. You can decide how many layers you want and how many boxes. So the whole procedure is you make all of these boxes first. And then it's a great deal of fun to assemble it. But to my mind, the most fun is when you get to the end and you get to start embellishing it and putting on the different decorations. I just have one more to show you. I hope you have an opportunity to make the Chinese Threadbook, the Zhen Xian Bao. It's a very contemplative, almost Zen kind of activity. And again, I love what happens when you open up these little twist boxes and you have all of these wonderful decorated insides. I made one of these for my old college roommate, and I filled it with all kinds of fun photographs of when, well, she probably wished I had forgotten some of those photographs, but of when we were in college together. And just some poems and some jokes and some sayings and some inspiration and, you know, heartfelt little notes. And it was just so much fun to do. And I know she loved opening all the little sections and stuff. You know, there could be a gift card in here as well. There could be just, you know, old letters. It's just a wonderful way to tell a story without the traditional kind of book structure. So I hope you have an opportunity to make these sometime soon. They truly are wonderful, and they have virtually unlimited possibilities. Thanks for listening.